Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. The US elections are over, the new government took over power, Donald Trump sits in the White House, and Elon Musk is his lieutenant at Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency that Donald Trump announced, and they're working already, making huge cuts. And I think the time is right now, not to maybe pass a final judgment on the Trump 2.0 administration, but I think by the time now you can already see a little bit where things are going and how it relates to what he promised, what he's doing right now, how that relates. And I commented about it before the elections, and now a couple of weeks afterwards, or month, I want to take the opportunity and say a few words about that while I am taking a walk in the rainy forest in Germany. So, come with me if you like to listen. Now, first of all, I also want to draw a little comparison to Germany, because our new government has not formed yet. We don't have a new chancellor. The parliament, the Bundestag, is not really coming together yet. The new one, the old one, is still this week, is still technically in power, which is a big deal. I don't want to talk about this again, though. I explained that in my last video. But I have to say, we have probably a also conservative government in Germany, which will be the next one under Friedrich Merz. So we have two governments that were called by the media far right or extremely conservative, what have you. But the difference is like day and night, looking at the US and looking at Germany. In the US, you have Donald Trump that announced that he wants to, sort out the border and have introduced more tariffs, lower government spending, etc. And what did he deliver so far? Well, exactly that, I would say. Maybe I'm ignoring certain fields of politics because they're not so important to me. But in those core fields, I think he is on the way. He's taking strides to deliver exactly what he promised. I mean, there is military at the southern border. There are people in New York, for example, officers rounding up irregular travelers and sending them back to where they came from. He's pressuring foreign governments so that they send planes to fly back these travelers, these world travelers. And he's totally delivering on that. I mean, if we had this in Germany, I mean, if the AfD would score a total majority, like over 50% in parliament, and you had an AfD chancellor and no need to form a coalition with another party, I would expect exactly that. That is what I would expect, what Donald Trump is doing right now. So correct me if I'm missing something or if reality actually doesn't look exactly like I'm getting it from the media. But my impression is that, Donald Trump is so far not a disappointment for right-wingers. And even Elon Musk, who was called just a capitalist and not a real nationalist. When he talked to Frau Weidel, for example, and I know this was just an interview, only words, he sounded really like an ethno-nationalist almost. And back then, Mr. Ramaswamy, I think, he said a lot about legal migration and that people in other countries have better work ethic and the American worker is inferior to these Indians or whatever. Yeah, where is this guy now? Where is he? I don't see him anymore. Whoop-de-doo. And Mr. Musk, he is maybe not talking so much anymore about nationalist issues, even though I don't know. He's kind of a mixed bag for me. But he is focusing on this Doge business, where I also must say it's pretty impressive, all these cuts that he has done so far, or that he has proposed or enacted. I read today that a major part of US aid spending and these programs will be just cut. It's amazing. I mean, this is what I want for Germany. All these, I mean, we have these synonymous terms for that now, like bicycle lanes in Peru, which is a real program actually that Germany does. I mean, Germany is paying for bicycle lanes in Peru, and such programs, I want them finished. I mean, not. I mean, I want them cut, cancelled. Yeah, cancel all that stuff. We don't need that. Nobody needs that. Not even the Peruvians, probably. Yeah, they want to ride on the bus or maybe using cars, and not using the bike there, I guess. Anyway, so this is exactly what I would like to see, and I actually cannot imagine that anything close to that will happen anytime soon in Germany. No matter who is in power, they always will have to form a coalition with one of the centrist or even leftist parties, and then nothing comes out. And even if Mr. Merz, who was even called the German N-word by the media and by some activists, I mean, even if he could rule all by himself with the CDU, CSU, with Mr. Söder from Bavaria, even in that case, he would do nothing like that. Nothing even close to what Trump is doing right now. Closing the border. Basically enacting remigration. Yeah, what Mr. Martin from Vienna is promoting here in Europe. This is what Trump is basically doing. Yeah. So from my point of view, he surpassed my expectations. I was more critical of him, actually. I thought, yeah, he will probably not do that. And in his first term, he announced that he wants to drain the swamp. But I think he's doing exactly that. You see, for example, I heard that in the DC area, when you look at Google searches, a lot of prominent YouTube channels reported on that. If you look at YouTube searches, or at Google search terms in that area, you see a lot like criminal lawyer and, and how to wipe stuff from your hard drive, and also self-deletion and stuff like that. A lot of people there panic. A lot of these swamp creatures, they're panicking right now, and I think this is due to the fact that we might get some surprises still in the near future, because I think if Elon follows the money, and if the new guy who is head of the FBI now, if they find evidence for the involvement of a lot of these officers, a lot of these swamp creatures from DC, involvement in rather shady things against Donald Trump and also against the American people, like money laundering, for example. All these people, all these really, really old people that are still getting Social Security, and all these programs, maybe not all the money is accounted for. If you follow the money, you probably find the connection to groups like Act Blue, for example, Democratic Party affiliated groups, a lot of these NGOs that we have in Germany too, a lot of these Soros affiliated groups. You probably find a lot of connections. And I don't know what Trump can actually use, because maybe he himself or people he needs or people that he wants to protect are also involved to some degree in dirty business. Epstein. But I think there will be some surprises, or some good news in that direction in the near future, probably. And if I were one of these Democrat guys, or one of these swamp creatures in the deep state, I would be terrified right now about what the Trump administration and their affiliated actors will find out, and what they will do with this information in the future. And then, anyway, the most important point, I think, also for the United States, mostly for Europe, but also for the United States, is remigration, as I always say, because if you get replaced, it doesn't matter what your GDP is or how clean your air is, because it's not you who will enjoy the wealth or the clean air. It will be someone else, some other people and their children, and not yours. So not getting replaced is the most important thing, and I think Trump is at least trying to do that, preventing that. It's pretty from here, from the old continent, from my perspective at least, it looks very impressive. And if we just had half of that here, I would be happy. But we're not gonna get that, I'm sure. So anyway, let me know what you think about that. Did Trump also surprise you, or am I sounding like a little fanboy after being rather critical of him in the past? What do you think? Let me know down below. Servus, Kameraden.